In this mock test, you will have 57 minutes to answer 50 multiple-choice questions. A minimum of 43 correct answers is required to pass.
What's the purpose of road humps, chicanes and narrowings? To reduce traffic speed. To increase traffic speed. To allow pedestrians to cross. To separate lanes of traffic.
Missing out some gears saves fuel by reducing the amount of time you spend coasting, accelerating, braking, steering. Your engine catches fire. What should you do first? Call the fire brigade. Lift the bonnet and disconnect the battery. Lift the bonnet and warn other traffic. Call a breakdown service.
A casualty isn't breathing normally and needs CPR. At what rate should you press down and release on the center of their chest? 120 times per minute. 60 times per minute. 10 times per minute. 240 times per minute. Which sign means no entry?
A, B, C, D.
You're driving in busy traffic. You want to pull up just after a junction on the left. When should you signal? As you're passing or just after the junction? Well before you reach the junction. Just before you reach the junction. It would be better not to signal at all. On a 3-lane motorway, which lane should you use if there's no traffic ahead? Left. Center. Right. Either the right or center. What should you do if you see a pedestrian waiting at a zebra crossing? Ignore them as they're still on the pavement. Be ready to slow down or stop to let them cross. Go on quickly before they step onto the crossing.
Your vehicle needs a current MOT certificate. What will the MOT certificate enable you to do? Change your insurance company. Notify a change of address. Tax your vehicle. Renew your driving license.
The driver of this car is giving an arm signal. What are they about to do? Let pedestrians cross. Go straight ahead. Turn to the right. Turn to the left.
Where should you avoid overtaking? Just after a bend. In a one-way street. Approaching a dip in the road. On a 30-mile-per-hour road.
How can you tell when you're driving over black ice? You will see tyre tracks on the road. It is easier to brake. Your steering feels light. The noise from your tyres sounds louder.
What does this sign mean? Give way to trams. Give way to farm vehicles. Wait at the barriers. Wait at the crossroads.
What can cause excessive or uneven tyre wear? Faults in the exhaust system. Faults in the suspension. Faults in the exhaust system. Faults in the exhaust system. Faults in the gearbox.
You're driving on an open road in dry weather. What distance should you keep from the vehicle in front? A 2-second time gap. 1 car length. 2 meters, 6 feet 6 inches. 2 car lengths.
You are driving on a main road. You intend to turn right into a side road. Just before turning, you should steer over to the left. Check for traffic overtaking on your right. Adjust your interior mirror. Flash your headlamps.
What does the solid white line at the side of the road indicate? Footpath on the left. Edge of the carriageway. Cycle path. Traffic lights ahead.
You're in a tunnel. Your vehicle is on fire and you can't drive it. What should you do? Switch off all of your lights. Stay in the vehicle and close the windows. Switch on hazard warning lights. Leave the engine running.
You're waiting in a traffic queue at night. How can you avoid dazzling drivers behind you? Use the parking brake and release the foot brake. Balance the clutch with the accelerator. Keep your foot on the foot brake. Use the parking brake and release the foot brake.
Your motor insurance policy has an excess of £100. What does this mean? You will be paid £100 if you do not have a crash. The insurance company will pay the first £100 of any claim. Your vehicle is insured for a value of £100 if it is stolen. You will have to pay the first £100 of any claim.
What should you do first if your vehicle has broken down on an automatic railway level crossing? Get everyone out of the vehicle and clear of the crossing. Try to push the vehicle clear of the crossing as soon as possible. Walk along the track to give warning to any approaching trains. Telephone your vehicle recovery service to move it. You want to park and you see this sign. What should you do on the days and times shown? Park on yellow lines and pay. Park in a bay and not pay. Park in a bay and pay. Park on yellow lines and not pay. What should you do when you're overtaking a horse and rider? Sound your horn as a warning. Flash your headlights as a warning. Go past slowly and carefully. Go past as quickly as possible. What's the legal minimum tread depth for tires on your trailer or caravan? 2 mm. 1.6 mm. 2.6 mm. 1 mm. What does this sign mean? Tunnel ahead. Ancient monument ahead. Traffic danger spot ahead. Low bridge ahead. What should you do when dealing with this hazard? Use a low gear and drive slowly. Switch on your hazard warning lights. Switch on your windscreen wipers. Use a high gear to prevent wheel spin.
What should you do to correct a rear wheel skid? Steer into it. Steer away from it. Not steer at all. Apply your handbrake.
What does this sign mean? End of minimum speed. Maximum speed 30 miles per hour. Minimum speed 30 miles per hour. End of maximum speed. Why should you keep well to the left as you approach a right-hand bend? To be positioned safely if you skid. To let faster traffic from behind overtake. To improve your view of the road. To overcome the effect of the road slope. You're driving on a wet road. What should you do if you have to stop your vehicle in an emergency? Select reverse gear. Apply the parking brake and foot brake together. Give an arm signal. Keep both hands on the steering wheel. You're driving at night. What should you do if you're dazzled by a vehicle behind you? Set your mirror to the anti-dazzle position. Switch your rear lights on and off. Brake sharply to a stop. Set your mirror to dazzle the other driver. What does this road marking mean? You're approaching a hazard. No stopping allowed. No overtaking allowed. Don't cross the line. Which sign means that there may be people walking along the road?
A, B, C, D.
Which lights must you use if you're driving on a well-lit motorway at night? Use only your side lights. Use front fog lights. Use your headlights. Use rear fog lights.
You are driving at 70 mph on a 3-lane motorway. There is no traffic ahead. Which lane should you use? Middle lane, right lane, left lane, any lane.
What's the reason for the hatched area along the center of this road? It separates traffic flowing in opposite directions. It marks an area to be used by overtaking motorcyclists. It separates the two sides of the dual carriageway. It's a temporary marking to warn of the roadworks. What should you do as you approach this overhead bridge? Move across to the right-hand side before going through. Move out to the center of the road before going through. Be prepared to give way to large vehicles in the middle of the road. Find another route. This one is only for high vehicles. What might you expect to happen in this situation? Traffic will move into the left-hand lane. Traffic won't need to change position. Traffic will move into the right-hand lane. Traffic speed will increase. What should you do if there's a bus at a bus stop ahead of you? Watch carefully for the sudden appearance of pedestrians. Flash your lights to warn the driver of your presence. Continue at the same speed but sound your horn as a warning. Pass the bus as quickly as you possibly can. What should you do about driving if you've been taking medicine that causes drowsiness? Drive on quiet roads. Avoid driving and check with your doctor. Ask someone to come with you. Only drive if your journey is necessary. How should a load be carried on your roof rack? Securely fastened with suitable restraints. Covered with plastic sheeting. Visible in your exterior mirror. Loaded towards the rear of the vehicle.
What do these road markings outside a school mean? Sound your horn before parking. You should not wait or park your vehicle here. You may park here if you are a teacher. When parking, use your hazard warning lights.
When would you use the right-hand lane of a two-lane dual carriageway? When you're traveling at a constant high speed. When you're turning right or overtaking. When you're passing a side road on the left. When you're staying at the minimum allowed speed.
When may you stop on the hard shoulder of a motorway? In an emergency. If you miss the exit that you wanted. If you feel tired and need to rest. To pick up a hitchhiker.
How would underinflated tires affect your vehicle? The flash rate of the vehicle's indicators would increase. The vehicle's headlights would aim high. The vehicle's gear change mechanism would become stiff. The vehicle's stopping distance would increase. What should you do if the red lights start flashing as you approach a level crossing? Switch on your hazard warning lights. Stop before the barrier. Go over it carefully. Go over it quickly. You're waiting at a level crossing. What must you do if a train passes but the lights keep flashing? Phone the signal operator. Edge over the stop line and look for trains. Carry on waiting. Park and investigate. When should you use your vehicle's horn? To allow you right of way. To alert others to your presence. To signal your annoyance. To greet other road users. When should you flash your headlights at other road users? When showing that you're about to turn. When showing that you're giving way. When telling them that you have right of way. When letting them know that you're there. Your vehicle has stalled in the middle of a level crossing. What should you do if the warning bells start to ring while you're trying to restart the engine? Get out of the car and clear of the crossing. Push the vehicle clear of the crossing. Carry on trying to restart the engine. Run down the track to warn the signal operator.